All right, texting. We are back, segment 2.
Do it.
From a very, very damp mid-sack. We have a damp sack.
Damp.
It rained. Well, you know what happened? It rained today. It was like it buckets, then
All
sprinkle
day.
all
Yeah.
day. It wasn't off and on. It was on,
Lightly on
again,
all the way on,
slightly on. It was like someone kept. They never turned it off. It was like they just kept fucking with the damn.
Well, right now it's slightly
It's
on.
slightly on. It's been going on all damn day. It's been driving me crazy.
Slightly on means it's raining a little
It's
bit.
raining, yeah. But it's been raining all day. Steady.
But better than the sticky heat,
Yes,
you know?
I agree with that. No, it cooled things off.
Here we are on Sativa Sunday.
We're gonna do that later, boys and girls. But
And I'm about to give some critiques.
We are back. Segment 2. We're talking NFL, but we are going to start this section. Tommy was watching very, very like a hawk.
Like a scorned partner.
He was. Who are these women? No,
Who are these other partners?
other partners, and which I'm glad he was, because I wanted his take on the guest hosts who were keeping the seat warm. I will tell you, they were all felt privileged to be sitting where you sit. They were like, dude, no, because they know
Privileged to be sitting next to you.
no, because they know whose seat they're taking. So they were like, you know what, we know how good he is. We gotta come up to his level.
Stop.
No,
Stop.
they were very
Stop.
cognizant of
Stop.
that. They were.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
Just saying.
Keep saying.
They were.
All right.
So Tom is going to rate the 4.
Allow me to critique.
Yes, he has the floor now. Guys, I have no idea where he's going with this. He literally just told me this before we went on the air tonight. I'm like, all right. And he didn't debrief me on it, so I don't know where he's going.
I know.
Okay? So
Okay.
You have the floor. Go ahead.
All right. So, as I previously stated, turned over a new leaf, more positive in terms of the Mets, even though kind of easy to be right now. Stopped smoking. The other leaf I turned over this week, I started walking every day.
That's great.
Which allowed me the time to listen to good old I Don't Disagree on the road trip. Okay?
Road trip art.
It was road trip in IDD.
Yeah.
So I was walking around listening. So overall, give you my critique of like the show without me and another person.
Okay.
In terms of sports wise, was right up. I mean, I think it might have been a little better. Okay.
No.
It's heavy on the sports. However, when it comes to, the personality, the quirkiness, the random conversations that you didn't see coming, then they happen.
Tom's tidbits.
You were lacking that.
Yeah.
Because of the chemistry
Yes.
that is created when these two are together.
Yes. I totally agree.
And it was really good.
They were good.
It was a little sportsy for me.
I know.
It's meant to be.
It's meant to be.
But you know me, I like to change the subject sometimes.
No, but that's part of what makes the show. I mean, they're not, like I said, these guys were talking about the one thing that their team, they were all talking about their team.
Right.
We kept to their subject
Which
matter.
made sense. I liked how you did that.
I'm not going to ask them stuff they're not familiar with.
They all did a great job.
Yeah, in that regard, they were good.
So now let me break them down.
Okay.
Pete, Cowboys fan. Can be tough to listen to a Cowboys fan. But I will say,
Try doing it right next to him.
Pete's not your average Cowboys fan. It was a very knowledgeable take. It was a very miserable take.
Kind of was. Yeah.
Which is like, that's a Northeast Cowboys fan. Okay?
Definitely.
The Cowboys fans I meet down here are not like that. So he kind of reminded me of a Met fan, right? Like he gave you all the facts and statistics and all the evidence that shows like the Cowboys could be a good team.
Yeah.
He also said, I'm just going to sit and wait and think about the fact that they're going to blow it.
Yeah. How are they going to blow it?
So I felt
Which was my
bad
entire childhood with the Patriots.
So I felt bad for him on that level. He wasn't the typical.
You can't feel bad
He
for
wasn't
him.
the typical overconfident Cowboys.
No, he wasn't. I thought he gave it very realistic.
So that was good. And then, all right, who'd I watch? Okay, so then John.
Mark had the steal.
Okay, Mark.
Mark had the steal.
Okay, so Mark, I have to say, of the 3 Miliaccio brothers, okay, or of the 2 shows, I think Pete had a better show.
Okay.
But I also think Mark may be the best looking Miliaccio brother.
Well,
I think is that a hot take?
not recently, no.
That's not a hot take?
I don't care.
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
Mark
Was photogenic. He had a good jawline.
Mark has a
strong jawline.
Mark looks like that guy in the movie that shows up, the guy that's going to take care of. Like he has the suit on at the end, and like he's got no. It's not about the personality. It's about he's got the answer. So he's like, all right, enough of this shit.
He's very stoic.
He's very stoic. He's stoic, and he gets to the point.
So, so Mark, don't worry about having, the best brother combo show. You're the best looking brother. Okay? And, I mean...
You heard it here first, Mark.
And he gave a good take on the Steelers. I thought you both had a little too much optimism in Mitch Trubisky.
I have no idea what they're going to do.
But...
I didn't give you my record.
But, okay, but here's the thing.
That comes later, by the way.
But I don't know the Steelers like Mark does.
No, you don't. I don't either.
Tell he knows the Steelers.
He knows the Steelers.
So that was a good show as well.
Brian, you've been watching that one.
Yeah, he should have. And now the third was...
was Sean Darcy.
Hang on. I went to Mark.
Mark was Pete. Second. Okay. Pete, Mark, and
now
then
I'm going to go to John.
Sean was the third one.
Okay, but I want to go to John first.
Okay, go to John.
Okay, so John has made the most appearances in the sack to date, right?
Oh, it's not even close.
Right.
It's John, then Pete.
So John gets some points added to his show just because of that.
Well, he should.
Okay.
He's yeah.
I was very interested in his take on like the feeling of a team.
Yes.
I appreciated that.
And because that's real. That's what
I didn't
the fans
expect that.
I didn't either.
And that was more of like that's more of like my.
It was a fresh take.
Right. So like he kind of brought like emotion into it.
Yes.
And said like there's something about a team.
Mm-hmm.
You might not want to add the best player to the team because how you feel about the current team means something.
That does mean something.
I like that.
Yeah, and that was I've never actually heard someone say it like that. But when he said it, I'm like, all right, now I know that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Because there is something about that. There have been teams, we've all had a team, right, that we're rooting for, but something about them, you don't like them.
Yeah.
It's not that they don't have any talent. Something about them you don't like. You're like, something's off.
Yeah. Okay. So
we've all had a team like that.
But I was talking more about the love he has for this team.
Oh, yeah,
he said is the same that he had for like the old team.
Yeah.
He's like, I feel the same way about
this
Parrish and Bird about these guys too. And I was like, damn, that's kind of high praise.
That is high praise.
So that was interesting. Then he lost me a little bit when he started talking about recording somebody about the footballs being inflated.
Oh,
and I didn't know what the hell y'all were talking about.
They bumped into a guy.
I know. I understand.
At the Super Bowl.
I understand. No,
because they were there.
It came out of. I didn't know where the hell y'all were going. Okay. So I only bring that up to say I love the part about the feeling of the team. I didn't like the part about the balls.
Okay.
Because you guys were both trying to, provide evidence to prove Tom Brady's innocence.
I have the ideal gas law. I don't need anything else. I have a scientific fact.
I'm just kidding. Okay.
So,
but I have to say, after talking about all of them, the winner was Darcy, baby.
Darcy
40. When he turned 40,
yeah,
he was gifted this, he said.
Yeah.
And he donated it to the set.
Yes, it will be up.
So I think we should. Can we hang it now?
No, not tonight. Sean will understand tonight. We will hang it.
Sorry, Darcy.
Sean Darcy actually,
we had a death in the family.
We had a death of an icon. A Celtic icon, and Sean understands. Sean actually had a very nice thing to say about Bill Russell.
But let me critique Sean real quick.
Yeah.
So the thing I liked about Sean was that he was funny. He was funny.
He poked fun at you.
Yes, he did. I remember when you told him I quit cigarettes. He said, "Yeah, he ran out in the first show because I smoked so many." No, but the thing
we did have to dump out the ashtray though.
The thing that set Darcy apart was his hot takes. Maybe not hot takes, interesting takes.
Interesting takes.
And I don't know if you heard this on the radio or these are his ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, it was stuff I hadn't heard.
Sure.
He talked about how the Patriots had no coordinators this year.
No.
Last year, they didn't have a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
This year, they don't have a coordinator.
Either
I didn't know that.
Right now,
and then he said he believes Brian Hoyer, the backup quarterback, is going to be calling most of the plays.
Which
very interesting take.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I don't know if that was his original take. Either way, it was a take I hadn't heard.
I did not. I was up there for 9 days. I did not hear. I listened to sports talk radio every day, just because that's what I'm used to doing. At some point, I turned it on.
You never heard that.
I didn't hear anyone else mention that.
Okay.
When the Patriots were being talked about,
right?
Now that doesn't mean they were breaking this thing down per se. But I haven't heard anybody on the radio.
I just thought that was very I was like, damn, that would make sense.
Well, no, it does make sense.
And he had a
because-
couple more takes like that were different. I think y'all were talking about Belichick. I can't.
He was said
gave
Robert
a couple of
Kraft.
interesting-
He went after Robert Kraft.
That's right. That's
Which
right.
I was like,
Yeah.
really?
Why did he go after him again?
Because he could have kept Brady. He could have stepped in and tell old Bill.
Oh no. He
Yeah.
compared. He said somebody else just went with their quarterback, unlike Bill did.
Yeah, the Buccaneers.
Oh, that's right. They got.
Yeah.
That was the other
That
take.
was the other take. Yeah.
Because I didn't know Arians got pushed out like that.
Tom Brady basically gave them an ultimatum because during
that well
during-
known?
this started during
Is that
this-
well known, though?
Well, there's been a history of it going back to the Super Bowl year because when they were 7-5 at the break, the story is
When he was criticizing Brady.
he was criticized. Brady went in. They had a meeting. Actually, Leftwich,
him and Leftwich,
Leftwich were
right.
with them.
You told me
Yeah,
about
because they'd have a session. They had come up with a game plan. Arians going to rip the thing apart.
Really?
Yeah, and Brady at the first year this was going on. Brady goes to on the bye week rather goes in and tells him, "Back off. I'm Tom Brady. I'm the guy with the bling. You ain't got a thing."
And they were 7-5.
And they never lost again.
So they were underachieving.
Brady was
because
Byron,
of Arians.
Byron Leftwich is the one I think who leaked the story that he and Brady went there and Brady laid down the law and said, "Look it, man, we're not doing this."
Leftwich is a good coordinator.
I think
He did that with Brady. That,
Well,
to me,
I think Brady
sounds
Brady
good.
works with his coordinators. They have a chemistry. Him and what's his name? Who's now the coach?
McDaniels.
McDaniels had that. Okay, Charlie Weiss. The first they had it.
So
Unbelievable.
it's not I tell you the game plan. It's
No.
we create the
They
game
watch
plan.
it together. They break it down. They share ideas and they come up with something. And the great thing about Leftwich is to Sean Darcy's point, because Leftwich was a former NFL quarterback and he had a huge say. He's now an offensive coordinator. He talks about Brian Hoyer maybe having that de
Right.
facto, which would make sense because Mac Jones was praising Hoyer last year for his mentoring him, and he's still there. So it stands to reason if McDaniels leaves, you want to tweak this, but you want to be more Mac's offense.
But the other thing he said was it would be cheaper to pay a backup quarterback than an offensive coordinator. Is that true?
I don't know that. I haven't looked that up. I don't.
I think he said that, didn't he? Because that also interested me too. I was like, damn.
I don't. It could be true.
So
I
like,
don't
is
know
that
the average.
Belichick saving money, saying, "Well,
Well, I
no,
have
my
to.
backup
I don't
quarterback's
know.
getting $600,000."
I don't know off the top of my head what the average pay is for a second string quarterback, and I'm sure
Do you know what it is for an OC, like a good OC?
they're usually north of $1 million.
Yeah.
Because they're head coaching candidates. Those guys aren't working for $600,000 a year most of the time. They're probably making $1 million. It depends on what the head coach is making.
Yeah, you're right.
Bill Belichick's making $10 million a year. So
his
I would
offensive
think Josh
coordinator-
McDaniels is probably making $1.5 million, probably. But, no, I can't. Shut up. But anyway, so I mean, the point is
Either
that-
way, it made me think.
Yeah.
And that's what Sean did.
Sean
that I
did.
really liked.
and that's why, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sean,
Good
congratulations.
job on the shows.
You got the top rating. We're not going to go 2, 3, 4. We're going to
But they all did well.
No, I thought they all did well.
They really did.
They all brought different their personality and their honest opinion of those teams, which is what I was hoping for. Because the cool thing about it, we always say we talk to the fans. We just put 4 fans on here. Okay, so and I hope that he gets his dad. I want his dad. His dad to me is like Frank Costanza in a way. I mean that with all. That's the ultimate
dad-
the best comment I've given. I
My
wish.
dad isn't.
Frank, I mean, no, just he's
I
negative.
think when my dad was younger, he was like that. My dad is so different now.
I would, yeah, but he's still a Mets fan.
I know, but he's so different now.
I would love to hear him and you go at it about the Mets for a half hour. That'd be great. But anyway, so yeah, no, what I was hoping to achieve with that was just to give people, these are real fans. These are actually, it's not like, oh, he says he's from there. No, I'm from there. And the weird thing is, I've got a younger brother who's a Cowboys fan, an older brother who's a Steelers fan. That drives me crazy. So I had to get another diehard Patriots on there, hence Sean Darcy, who's a diehard. And John McCosh, he's not what I would call a diehard, but he loves the teams. Like Sean could probably, if I gave him a name, Sean could probably tell you the stats of that individual guy. That's not John's cup of tea. John doesn't do that. John roots for the team, but John's not digging into the whole. He's not fanatical.
Johnny don't play that.
Johnny don't play that. So that's not positive or negative. There's people like that do both. They're just different. So we got different perspectives on this, which I thought was what I was hoping to achieve.
That made me think of Goodfellas, Billy Bass. No more shines.
No
Billy.
more shines, Billy. I don't shine shoes. I don't shine shoes.
I don't know if nobody told you while he was in there.
Yeah.
I don't shine shoes no more.
No. So that was a fan's that was a fan's perspective on this. 3 different.
Go home
fans.
and get your fucking shine box.
Yeah. So, I
Keep him
I
here.
was telling him off the air, like, look, if you ever get any or talk to any like New York, like if it's a family or a friend who's a diehard like you on one of those teams that you like, get him on the show. Talk to him about that team. That to me was cool.
It was.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
And look, I'd love to hear another New York fan like that. Especially,
Did you know Darcy did well if I'm holding up a Patriots shirt?
Oh yeah. I mean, because Mark and Pete knew right away. Oh, that ain't me. No, that ain't you.
No, but like I mean, I'm holding this up.
I know you are. You feel weird?
I mean, it's just the Giants have been
They're your team.
so disappointing. I don't even hate other teams anymore.
Well, who's the? This is going to lead us into our next point. We're talking
Could you
football.
imagine being so indifferent that you
What?
stop hating other
Do you
teams?
this coach for the Giants?
I know nothing about him.
Okay,
I
well,
think
he's only
from
been there a year,
Buffalo.
right?
No, they just signed him.
Okay, he's new. All right, so we don't know what to make of
I
him.
think they got a guy from Buffalo.
You did. He was the offensive
Dable?
coordinator.
Is it Dable?
Brian Dable, who's a former Patriot coach, by the way. He worked with Brady. That's not a bad thing. Well, no, the guy knows how to win. So you got the thing about that is you're a GM who to me finally showed a breath of fresh air. Comes out and falls in the sword. Look, we set this kid up to fail. So you want to judge him? You got to judge us first. And I haven't heard too many GMs.
Is that a new GM?
I don't know who he is, but
didn't we just get a new GM?
Well, if you did, he's a breath of fresh air, and you should be encouraged by that because that's a guy that's going to hold himself accountable.
No, but remember, because I remember before they got the GM,
Yeah.
you were saying they needed to sign what's his face, the guy that used to do GM the Eagles.
Oh, what's his name?
The guy you always say is on point.
He is. He's doing ESPN. He's a host. He's an analyst, football analyst for ESPN. What the hell is his name? Oh my God! I can see his face. I hate this. It's not Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark's a Steeler, and he's good too. But this guy is basically spot on. He played for Belichick when he played. What the hell's his damn name? I can see his face. We'll figure out his name. He works for ESPN. He took a ESPN football analyst. His name will probably pop up. He played defense. I think he was a defensive back in Cleveland.
Everybody knows the guy.
Yeah, I can see his face right now. I can picture his face. Louis Riddick.
Louis Riddick.
There it is. Eventually, if I kept Louis Riddick. Yeah. I thought.
Well, remember you were saying the Giants needed to get him.
Yeah.
I think they got a GM from Buffalo and a coach from Buffalo.
Well, the thing, if this guy's new, then I'd be very encouraged if I were you because I haven't heard. I can count on one hand in my lifetime. And across the 4 major sports,
Joe Schoen, this is his first free agency.
Well,
GM.
this should be encouraging for you because this guy took responsibility for something that he had nothing to do with. He wasn't here when these moves were made. But for him to come in and say that, he's the GM. He's like, look, let's be fair here. This kid has been set up to fail. And so I'm like, what? What? Did you say that? I thought I was drinking. What? No. That guy, and to me, that's refreshing. If I'm a Giants fan, that's one of the most encouraging things I've heard in a long time.
Well,
because most GMs don't dare take responsibility.
Well, the thing is that the GM can't because if they say that, they're saying they sucked at their job.
Well, no, but you can say, look, we've made some mistakes, but there are things. Look, it's a give and take.
An NFL GM isn't going to do that.
No, they're not. But the bottom line is,
especially not Dave Gettleman, the most stubborn GM I've ever seen.
But
he tailspinned them. So it's good. You're exactly right.
I'm saying
it's
this is good that he did this. Because most of them don't.
Oh yeah, no. I wasn't arguing.
Yeah. So to me, I'd be encouraged by this because now we're going to know if Danny Dimes can play. Because this guy's going to do what he has to get him where he needs to win. And then if he doesn't win, then you can say Danny Dimes is a fucking bum. Because this guy actually went out of his way to help him, and it didn't happen.
Listen to this guy's new approach.
This is the Giants guy.
Yeah. Apparently, they're saying he's had a much different approach. To make sure they don't make the same mistakes. His first rule is avoid spending A+ money on B+ free agents.
Yeah.
That's a good rule.
It is a good rule.
Gettleman consistently opened up the checkbook for high-price free agents, often to his detriment. Gettleman gave offensive tackle Nate Soldier a 4-year deal worth $60 million. And he was not a good offensive lineman for them.
No, he was not.
And this is I'm reading out of an article on SI.com. Prioritizing long-term cap flexibility over short-term gains.
There you go. Yeah, it means he wants to build a product that's going to have a substantial for it's going to sustain itself over time. Yeah. That's refreshing. That means he's got a plan. Yeah. Holy shit, a plan. Okay, yeah, that's good. And he says, look, we're going to be, you know what? We're going to set this kid up for success. We're going to give him a fair shot. Yeah. And if he stinks, then okay. But now we're going to say, hey, at least we did everything we could now to help him out. So I like that. And hey, by the way, Danny Dimes, now you're on the clock.
Yeah, you are.
Because now that you've got no, but he's had 3 different coaches. I mean, come on, 3 different systems. He's never had a number one.
But so like, what
has he ever had a number one receiver?
I think he has.
Who? I know that his numbers, which were very promising his freshman year, went drastically down, and I'm wondering what happened to the talent around him. I know that the running back was hurt for most of that, so that's part of the problem. He has no threat of a running game. The offensive line has been a D rated at best. At best, they've been a D over his time. So you can know, this is the thing. I mean, how do you know how good he is?
Look at this was
or how bad he is.
Daniel Jones among QBs most harmed by receiver incompletions.
So they dropped the ball.
Well, maybe that's even more than that. Like maybe that's like falling down. You know,
well,
like
we don't know. But the point
one
is,
one of those advanced statistics that shows like
that's not him. The league looked that up. Yeah. So how about that one? Which speaks to the lack of talent around him. So
maybe.
Again, the guy could be a bust. Tom could be 100% right on this. I don't know. What I'm saying is the only way I'm going to know. Put the kid around like the 49ers have. Jimmy G's been set up for success. Okay, he has, right? He's had a top 5 defense. He's got Deebo Samuel. By the way, we did that in a minute. Deebo had an extension signed today, but he's had pieces in place to be. He's got an offensive-minded head coach, okay, who coveted him from the Patriots. I mean, so he was set up to win. Now he's been to a Super Bowl, but he had a chance to put that Super Bowl away, and he blew it. Couldn't close the deal. He had a 10-point lead in the 4th quarter. He missed a throw.
Who are we talking about?
Jimmy G. Now he has been set up. Look, Aaron Rodgers has been set up. When your team's winning 39 games over the last 3 years, which is the most NFL, you can't say the GM failed. You can't say that. Because Aaron Rodgers didn't win 39 games by himself. Even Aaron Rodgers, in his most arrogant self, wouldn't say that.
Oh, no.
No. And if he does say
way off track.
Well, the point is that we're talking about the GM.
I don't know how I got to the Giants. But
well, we were saying that... I
was holding up Dorsey's shirt. Yeah. Saying, I can't believe how indifferent I am. I don't even hate teams anymore because the Giants stink. And then you were like,
I was like, well, let's talk about the Giants because we're talking about football anyway. So anyway, the topic that was supposed to be there's the Rams.
I know that's what I'm saying. We went 20 minutes.
That's
in.
all right.
Sorry.
But that wasn't
us. I
marooned us. You didn't maroon us. It was actually that's a valid thing. If you're a Giants fan, you should be encouraged. What I'm saying. The GMs, we have a shred of accountability. Now the quarterback's going to be held accountable because they're going to put the pieces around. So that's
swept out that.
Yeah, so it's like this is room for optimism. Like a GM help himself accountable. Wow, what do you know? So the topic for was because Deebo Samuel, if you don't know, 3-year extension, $73.5 million, $58+ million guaranteed. The Niners got smart, locked down where their bread is buttered. We're going to get into this right now. What we're going to do is we're going to go in the conference. We're going to talk top 5 offensive players, not quarterback. No quarterbacks. This is running backs, receivers, tight ends. Anyone could fall in that top 5. And we're going to do AFC, top 5 AFC, top 5 NFC.
I got to Google.
But we can Google. So I'm going to do it off the top of my head. What conference do you want to start?
NFC.
Okay. I'm glad you did that. Okay? Because that's the one that's fresh in my mind. All right, so if we're talking non-quarterbacks here, and again, you got to stay in the NFC now. Some people have switched houses here. So you can't say that guy might be good, but he's in the other conference or whatever. If we're talking offensive players, impact, not named or not playing QB, okay, I think you have to start with Deebo Samuel.
Best in the conference.
I'll tell you why. Because I think of the others that I could name with him, which I'll have another 4, he's got the least around him. Like if I say Cooper Kupp, who's in that list, well, look at what's around Cooper Kupp. Okay? Look at what's around Cooper Kupp. He's got a better options around him than Deebo has around him in San Francisco.
Of course.
So that's why I'm saying I think Deebo is number 1 in that regard. Cooper Kupp's in the top 5. I don't know where he is, but I mean he's there. We'll put him in there somewhere too. He's 2 of them. I'll rate him accordingly afterwards. But then after you get past Cooper Kupp, okay, now you look at all right. So if it's not a quarterback, so who are these other players? I mean Ezekiel Elliott to me has to have. Well, if the Dallas Cowboys can't run, They lost Amari Cooper. They did not replace Amari Cooper. Everybody's, well, CeeDee Lamb's going to fill in his spot and become number one. I don't doubt CeeDee Lamb is a number one. But now who's number two? There's a drop off there.
You don't think so?
I don't think Gallup's as good as Amari Cooper. That's the third guy.
Oh yeah.
He's not. He's not even close. So to me, yeah.
Do you think CD is better than Zeke? I feel like that could be argued.
It can be argued.
Zeke
Zeke had a 1,000-yard rushing year and
last year.
Yeah, he averaged over 4 yards a carry too. And it was a
1,000 like
in a passing league. I would say it is.
What was the yardage that CD had? Was he 1,000?
He was about 1,000 around there. Yeah, they were similar.
He's going to get better.
He is going to get better. Well, this thing, I think Ezekiel Elliott has to be better this year.
But how does a running back get better as he gets older? That usually doesn't
How old
happen.
is he? He's not 30. He's not even 29.
I feel like he's been in the league forever.
No, hold on. He's been leaving me 4 or 5 years.
But that's a long time for a running back.
He's not 30. That would make him 27.
For 5 years?
Hold on. We'll look. We'll find out. You could be right. Hold on a second.
I'm just saying 5 years is a lot for a running back.
Well, but he was out. Remember, he missed. He had said he's been out for injury too. He's not. He hasn't carried the ball 300 times like some of these other guys.
Yeah.
So we go to roster, Dallas Cowboys. Hold on, Elliott. He's exactly 27 years old.
How many years has he been in the league?
7. This is his 7th season.
7?
You know what that means? He came out his junior year. But he's also missed time due to injury.
I know. I just feel like it's rare that a running back gets
in
better their 8th year.
Well, 28 is technically your prime is 28 to 32.
Not as a running back.
Actually, yeah.
No.
Dude, when Eric Dickerson had his
the average running back doesn't make it that far.
The average running back is good till 30, 31 they start to fade.
No, the average running back is out of the league in 2 years.
The average NFL player is out of the league in 3.
Right.
3. The whole all of them. 3 is the average NFL player.
So then a running back must be a year then.
No.
Yes.
We'll look this up. The bottom line is he's 27.
So you think he could still have a good year?
I think he could lead the league in rushing. He's 27.
Jeez.
He's not 37. He's not 34. He's not 31. He's not 30. He's not 29. He's 27. And he doesn't average.
I think I'd take Dalvin
He has
Cook
never
over
had. He has. You might be right. I'm saying we're gonna do this together. I'm just throwing out names right now, top of my head. If you're looking at your Google, give me a name.
Yeah. So
Googling.
I just got it. My service is up.
Okay. So tell me.
So
give me some
you got
names.
Dalvin Cook on the Vikings.
Yes.
Really good.
Yes, he is.
Really. Justin Jefferson at receiver.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
And then what do you think about
who's
Alvin
the running back?
Kamara?
Alvin Kamara is the one I was just saying. He to me is like Debo.
So yeah, who's
He's
better?
like
Him? I feel like Debo's younger.
Debo is younger, and Kamara has been injury prone the past
Because
year and a half.
He plays with his hair on fire.
Well, he also has to do running. He's a 3-down back,
Yeah.
which is what Debo Samuel is. And the reason I brought up Ezekiel Elliott is I think they lost Amari Cooper. They have to make up those receptions. Ezekiel Elliott has to become a 3-down back.
Yeah.
I think he does. All right.
But
So
I don't know that his body will let him.
well, they're not. First of all, they had the other kid, the other running back. There, so he's not. They're splitting time. He's not.
that's right.
He's not pulling a Derrick Henry, getting
No,
300 plus
no.
carries every year. That's not happening with him. So I think because he has the other running back there to offset him, he can be in the passing game.
Pollard?
It's Pollard. I think it's Pollard. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, it is Pollard.
Yeah.
At least that's what it was last.
Yeah. So I mean, no. So yeah, it's Pollard.
Aaron Jones is another offensive player that's really good.
Yeah. Who's the running back? Is that? Yeah, for Green Bay.
Yeah,
Right, he's
but
amazing.
he's got another guy with him.
He has 2 all. Yeah.
That-
He's got a battering ram.
That guy.
He's a bull on a
He
China.
might overtake. I think he kind of overtook him last year a little bit because of the injuries.
We'll see, but he's the number 1 guy as of right now.
Who?
Aaron.
He is.
Yeah, Jones. Is it Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
Remember how hard that guy was running behind him?
dude, he was a bull in a china
Yeah.
shop. He's that type of back that gets hurt too because he takes so many hits. I think they'll continue to split time to preserve them, if for no other reason. You need that right now. That is Aaron Rodgers' best friend right now. Those two need to be 3 because, like I said, they did not replace Devontae Adams. They didn't come anywhere near close to replacing.
That's going to hurt Aaron Jones.
Well, if he can catch the ball, yeah,
He does catch. He
yeah.
catches
So
the
to
ball.
me, I think he's a 3-down back already. So to your point, he becomes more important now because Devontae Adams is gone.
Yeah.
He does because he's Rodgers' best weapon right now. They didn't go out and get anybody in the offseason. So because Aaron had to make his $50 million.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's going to hit. That's why I said Aaron Rodgers is going to feel this the worst of the 3 of those quarterbacks. But anyway, whatever.
So
anyway,
you think Debo won?
Debo won, and then at 2 is a dogfight. Like, to me, Debo won because I said the Niners. You look at what's around him. There's really not a lot there offensively.
Yeah.
The tight end's pretty good. The tight end is good. Kittle.
So you take Debo over Cooper Cup?
Barely.
No question.
It's close. No, it's close. I think Cooper Kupp it's close. Cooper Kupp to me is he's as good as Devontae Adams.
What about Justin Jefferson?
He's good.
Would you
too.
take Debo over Justin Jefferson?
I would, but it's close. I would. Because Debo, remember, who was playing in the end? Who was playing at the end? Debo is the one who took them.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I can't argue with that.
Debo is the one who got them into,
These are just names of guys.
Yeah, where they were. They should. I tell you what, San Francisco could have beaten the Rams. They blew it. But Debo,
Justin Jefferson's a really good.
He's very good. I'm saying it's not a.
But he doesn't. But he doesn't run.
He doesn't run like Debo. Debo literally can line up as a running back. Or
Yeah,
as a
that's weird.
It's weird. He's probably the only guy. Maybe Kamara
That's
is from New Orleans, the other guy that can do that. You know what I mean? So that's why I think Debo to me is number one. Okay, that's why he was. Look, there's a reason why he was a hot take.
So who's your 2 then? Because you're trying to do 5.
I'm trying to do 5. You just gave me 4 names. They're all. I don't know what order to place them in. Jefferson might be second. Cooper Kupp might be second.
Yeah. No.
I mean, I don't know.
Which one?
I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to pick it. I'm trying to think here in terms of what it's one thing to be what they've been, but what are they going to be going forward?
Then Mike Evans, I wouldn't put him up there. I mean, he's good.
Who, for Tampa?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Chris Godwin.
No.
He's not on the same level as Justin Jefferson.
No, he's not.
They're good receivers.
They're good receivers, but they don't. They have each other.
Yeah.
They have each other. So it's not like Debo, where it's kind of like Debo and Joy. Kittle's good though. Kittle.
Would you put CeeDee Lamb top 5?
He
looked really good
I
last
need
year.
to see more. I'd put him top 10 probably. How about top 5? Okay. But he had to see more. If he has a 1,600-yard season this year, which I think he could have.
Michael Thomas. Oh, what about DK?
DK Metcalf is the other one. Now, who's his quarterback?
He didn't have a great year last year.
No, because Russell was on his way out of town.
Or did he have a good year?
His numbers. Hold on, that was numbers.
Who was the guy with him on that team last year?
The other receiver.
I had him on fantasy, and you didn't do well.
He was number 19. What was his name? I'll tell you right now because I think he's gone. But anyway,
He's an older receiver.
Yeah, but he could catch. He had hands.
Oh yeah.
He had hands.
He's a good receiver.
Let me see. Here are the Seahawks. So let me go here. Go to stats. I love technology. It was Tyler Lockett. Was the other guy?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler Lockett had 1,175 yards in 16 games and 8 touchdowns.
Last year?
DK, who played all.
Why did it seem like
Tyler
on fantasy
Lockett?
it didn't seem like
Tyler
he did
Lockett. I'll tell you. Well, listen. Hold on. Listen to this. Tyler Lockett played 16 games. DK Metcalf played all 17. DK Metcalf had 967 yards, but he had 12 touchdowns.
So he did have a good
He had 4 more. Well, he didn't hit 1,000 yards. He had 75 catches, only 12, just under 13 yards.
So would you still put him up in that same area as Debo, Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp?
Well, if you look at the Seattle running game, which
Not very good.
they ran for 122 yards a game, they averaged. That's not bad. 5 yards a carry, but there was a committee.
Well, some of that was Russell Wilson, probably too, right?
He was 4th in rushing.
Oh, on that team.
Penny was this dude. Rashad Penny. This guy. Listen to this. He only ran for 700. He only played 10 games. First of all, he only played 10 games. He was on pace for well over 1,000 yards. He ran for 749, averaged 6.3 yards a carry. Okay, but he only played 10 games. Then the next guy, Alex Collins, 11 games, 411 yards, just under 4 yards a carry. Then this other guy, Chris Carson, 4 games, ran for 232, 4.3. Then Russell Wilson, who missed 3 games. So, I mean, DK Metcalf to me
is up there.
Well, he's going to have to be. Yeah.
Okay, so
if Lockett's gone, who replaced Lockett?
No, but like going into this year, DK not having a quarterback. Who is their quarterback? Do they have one?
Geno Smith is the only guy.
No.
Yeah, Geno Smith.
No.
Geno.
They are not starting the year with Geno.
I don't know. I'm guessing they drafted a quarterback, but I don't know when they picked. So
they got to have somebody else.
Well, I hope so. Hold on. If I go to the Raw, let me see if
I don't dislike Geno Smith, but I do get a bitter taste when Geno Smith comes up. And it's not his fault at all. It's because for some reason, when the Giants stunk, they decided to end Eli Manning's consecutive games played streak by going to Geno Smith for 1 game.
Yeah.
At the end of his career,
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. I admit it. That's bad.
when the Giants stunk,
Yeah.
you weren't going to a young rookie to see what that young rookie was all about. You were going to a backup.
Yeah.
Who was just a backup.
Um,
Just out of nowhere. Hey, Eli, after 126 games or whatever the heck it was, why don't you sit this one out?
They've got right now. Here's what they have.
So
They did not. They did. They did not draft a quarterback. They have 3 on the roster. So they are Jacob Eason, who's in his 3rd year out of Washington. Drew Lock, who started for Denver and is going into his 4th year, out of Missouri, and then Geno Smith. So they have 2 guys. Lock was playing in Denver last year. I don't know how many games he started, but he did start some games for Denver last year. Drew Lock.
It's the same. That's the same as Geno Smith.
Yeah. So just 6 years younger, I think. So
They just got backup quarterbacks, basically.
yeah, basically, well, right, yeah. So
They have a bunch
they
of
didn't
backup
trade for.
quarterbacks.
The Niners aren't going to trade Jimmy G in the division, so Seattle's not getting him. They would have to give the Niners a boatload of shit, like #1 draft picks. And look, Garoppolo's not a bad quarterback. Okay, I laugh when people said he was Tom Brady's apparent. I'm like, stop it, stop talking. This guy gets hurt getting out of bed. No, and he's more into his brand.
Are you talking about Jimmy G?
Jimmy G.
So he gets hurt getting out of bed?
He does. He gets hurt getting out of bed. Well, he spends a lot of his time.
All right, but let's not deviate. We're
Deviate
talking about
to the top
5. You got Debo.
We got Debo, Cooper Kupp.
Cooper's 2.
The running back from Green Bay.
Where's Jefferson?
Hold on. Alvin Kamara is 4 and Jefferson is 5.
You're saying Aaron Jones is 3?
The Packers' #1 running back, I think, is 3.
And then
2 was Cooper Kupp.
Rapper was 4.
Go.
So you got
It was
Debo.
Alvin Kamara was
Kupp.
4.
Okay.
And
who was
then
5?
actually, you know who's 5?
You said Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, he's not 5. You know who's 5?
Who?
McCaffrey from Carolina.
Oh, he's never on the field.
But when he is on the field, he's their #1 weapon. Well, if you want to go with durability, the other guy's better.
I think Justin Jefferson is more valuable than McCaffrey.
What team is he again?
He's the Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings have other weapons besides him.
Well, they have Dalvin
Who
Cook.
else?
Dalvin Cook's another guy you could put in that.
I know,
top
but
five.
he's got him. Name me McCaffrey's running mate.
No. Okay, here's.
He has
That's not what I'm
nobody.
arguing. I'm not saying McCaffrey isn't better.
All-purpose back.
Right. No, I think in theory McCaffrey is better.
His
But-
numbers are
but-
better when he's healthy.
But it's just like, how can you do? He does so much. How can a body continue to go through that? Oh, yes. I mean, it'd be great to see McCaffrey on the field all year long. I'm just not sure that that's going to happen. So
Okay.
I would rather put Justin Jefferson up there saying, I think he's going to be there.
These are succulent, by the way. It's an Italian thing. You wouldn't understand. Anyway,
Jalapeno stuffed olives,
wonderful. What?
amazing. I mean, it's just,
It's amazing.
what a combo.
It's just
You
amazing.
get the brine, the olive brine.
Oh, it's amazing.
You know, that like oily olive flavor. And then, bam, you get some jalapeno in the back of your throat.
It's wonderful.
Genius.
You know Diet Coke?
Not sure.
Anyway, so
Thank you, sir.
those are my 5. To be fair, 5, 6, McCaffrey, the other guy, Jefferson.
No, honestly, 4, 5, 6.
I think
3, 4, 5, 6, I think are kind of interchangeable.
they might be. I'm not saying you're wrong. I think you could be right. Because you make valid points.
Because I think Debo and Cup at the top makes sense.
Well, yeah.
Although,
Cooper Kupp hit the Triple Crown
right.
last year for a receiver.
I mean, you were pointing out people with weapons. Cooper Kupp's offense might have the most weapons.
but he's the linchpin.
Sure, he's the best one in that.
Yeah, he's the linchpin. By far. It's like Jerry Rice. When Jerry Rice was in his... Yeah.
He's not Jerry Rice, is he?
No, he is not. Well, not yet. He's going to play 19 years and look like that? Jerry Rice was in the Super Bowl in his 18th year. So,
Well, do you remember during that Super Bowl, one of the announcers said, like, this is the best connection of all time?
when Rice was with the Raiders?
No, when freaking talking about Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford.
Yeah, that's laughable.
That was, we all laughed.
That's like that. Yeah, we did. And with good reason.
There's probably 20 that are better.
You're at least one Super Bowl?
That's what I'm saying.
I can go on and on about this. No. Look, Cooper Kupp's a great player. Hall of Fame. If he stays healthy, yeah, Hall of Fame. And then we'll see how long he plays and where he ends up, and if he gets another couple of rings. I mean, these are all with him. It's wait and see. Yeah. The talent, definitely there. The work ethic appears to be there. Sure hands, great route runner. I mean, this everything about Cooper Kupp I like.
Okay, I'm going to give you my 5.
Okay.
So I think you're right, Debo.
Debo's tough too.
In terms of the value he can bring, Debo
went around over and through that.
Then I'm going to say Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
Because I think he's the best flat-out receiver in the NFC. So he's a better receiver than Debo, but
he's better than Cooper Kupp.
But Debo is better than him because of the multifacetedness.
You think he's a better receiver than Cooper Kupp?
I think he is. Yeah, I think he's better than him. All right. He's not on as good a team as him.
Okay.
And he didn't have as good a quarterback as him.
We'll get into other quarterbacks.
But look,
Mr. Cousins.
But I could also see somebody saying, no, Cooper Kupp's better. Like, it's not that crazy.
Yeah.
Number 3, I guess I go Cooper Kupp.
Okay.
Number 4.
I had Kamara. Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, see, I think Kamara's taking too much punishment.
That's not what it's not about that. It's about he's the most valuable. Alvin Kamara is the guy you have to game plan for.
But I'm saying going into this year, I don't think that's true.
Why? Who's the other?
I think he's taking too much punishment.
He's 100% from what I hear. So he's ready to go. And they got the quarterback back. And
on that team, yes, but I think
that's what I'm saying. Importance to a team. Well, because what else do they have?
Well, I'm not saying importance to a team. I'm saying most valuable in terms of what they're going to bring.
I
think he's beat up to the point where he can't add as much value as somebody else.
He's a 3-down back.
But he's beat up.
He was last year. Look, it's like once you're injured, you never come to make a full recovery.
Yeah.
So you don't know.
I'm not saying the guy stinks. I'm saying he's 5 instead of 3.
I'm saying you take that guy out of that team's lineup, their offense stalls. It comes to a screeching halt. Okay? It does. Okay?
Well, I mean, they got Michael Thomas.
You take Debo out of that offense stops. I'm sorry, it stops. It's just that simple. So
for me, 4.
Who are those 5 guys? Where if they come off the field, that offense is
so 4 for me might be Dalvin Cook.
Okay.
That makes 5 real tough. Because I don't know. I kind of want to say CeeDee Lamb. But I think
a lot of weapons still.
But I think Kamara is better.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of weapons still in the Cowboy offense. The tight end's really good. The 2 running backs are really good. Gallup is good. The other dude, they got a lot of weapons. Look, they haven't replaced Amari Cooper. I think they're going to take a step back unless Ezekiel.
All right, so I'll go Kamara 5.
Yeah, all right, that's fair. Makes sense. So we're in the ballpark.
Yeah,
with these.
I think so.
Okay, makes sense. So Debo.
There's only so many top tier skill position.
Well, no, that's why I said maybe top 5 makes sense, right? So all right, AFC. Now this.
Allow me to Google.
Yeah, this is interesting.
I feel like there's more in the AFC.
There are. The AFC is the tougher conference. This one, look, to me, it starts with Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, to me, you take Derrick Henry off of the Titans, and they're a 500 team without him, at best. That's because they have a coach and they still have a defense. But the quarterback is not. No one's picking Ryan Tannehill in fantasy football, unless he's the only one left. So he's not going to blow anybody's skirt up. So I mean, to me, it starts with Derrick Henry, and then from there, no, because he's the best offensive player that's not a quarterback. The kid from Indianapolis, the running back.
But what do you think about Derrick Henry coming off that big injury last year?
You see, you keep doing this, okay? Well, they had an injury.
No, I'm talking about going into this season.
I think he's going to be fine because they've seen this happen.
All right, I was just asking the question.
I mean, so I saw Julian Edelman blow out his MCL and come back next year like nothing happened. There was no turnaround time.
Okay.
So I'm not. Derrick Henry is a beast.
Yeah.
If you ever seen Derrick Henry work out, you're like, good God. Okay, so. He is not going to be out of shape.
He's
one of those dudes. He loves his work. Okay? And when a guy loves his work, working out 7 days a week, because he works out 7 days a week, by the way, doesn't phase you. He's a beast. So to me, he's number 1. The running back from the Colts, is it Johnson?
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor. He's another one. He might be number 2.
I might take him over Henry right now.
No, Henry's a better.
I know he is.
Henry would have rushed for over 2,000 yards. Henry would have broke the record.
I'm just worried about him. I'm worried about him.
It's not about what you worry about. What's their talent level?
No, I'm talking about who's going to have the best year coming in.
Who needs to? We don't know what's going to happen. Injuries could change that in one day. 3 of them could go down on the first Sunday of the season. By the way, that's happened. I would say he's number 2. Number 3 is where it gets really, really. There's a lot. I mean, a lot. I would say Devontae Adams, the Raiders. To me, is number 3. What
So
the
you
Raiders?
skipped all the other running backs.
Yep, I did because Devontae, in terms of impact, he is going to take the Raiders.
Dude, what about Tyreek Hill?
I'm not done. I'm at 3. Tyreek Hill is in my top 5.
I know, but you skipped him.
I did skip him. You know why? Because to me, Devontae Adams is a better receiver. Tyreek Hill's faster,
I'll take that.
but Devontae Adams is a better receiver.
I think
Okay.
that's a solid take.
Okay, I'm not. This is not a knock on the Cheetah. The Cheetah's in the top 5.
Well,
I
it's
think
like what I
receivers.
was saying about
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara. Like,
Yeah,
it's
he's
like,
not-
okay,
yeah.
he's 5.
He's
not
5.
3.
Yeah, he's in there, and the Cheetah's in there. I'm not. You can't look. Speed kills, but there are things about him. First of all, he's 5, whatever he is. Devontae Adams is like 6'2", 6'3", whatever he is. He's a big target too. He's fast and he's big. He has great hands, great route runner. And look at the Raiders were a playoff team and they played Cincinnati pretty tough. Without you had this guy to that offense, and now Josh McDaniels is another offensive. Listen, David Carr, this could be the year that puts him at another level because he's never had a receiver like this guy. And he's not having. I mean, look, Gruden offensively was a very good offensive coordinator, but Gruden didn't work with Bill Belichick. So Gruden, I don't think understands defenses the way Josh McDaniels does. Well, and I think if he doesn't hold this kid back, which he can't, he's a veteran. It's like with Mac Jones, where he handled the kid gloves, and I didn't.
All right, come on, next
Okay,
next
so
receiver.
I think he's
next
3.
receiver.
Next receiver is the Cheetah. He's number 4. Okay. Another guy playing with a gun to his head this year. Besides the coach in Dallas, McCarthy, I was talking about that with Pete, is Tua Tagovailoa. Because now he's got.
What'd you call him?
Tua Tagovailoa? Tua Valaya? Tua Vanilla? Tua Vanilla? What? Say it!
Now that you've said it, I don't even know how to say it.
You never knew.
Yes, I did.
Then say it.
Now I don't. You just obliterated his name to the point I can't even remember how to say it.
One of those has got to be right.
I don't even remember it.
Tagovailoa?
Oh my God. I don't even know the guy's name anymore.
Tua?
You can't look at it. You just have to know how to say it.
I don't know how to spell it.
If you try to pronounce it based on how it looks, you're
Well,
gonna
that
get
might
it wrong.
help.
No,
Why?
it's a different language.
Different.
You can't sound it out the way you think it sounds.
I don't know. That's how I want to look at it.
That's what I'm saying. Don't do it.
Why? I want to get it right.
You're gonna get it wrong by
You
looking at it.
gonna make it worse? No, I'm not gonna make it worse, am I? No, come
I
on.
promise.
I couldn't have. I butchered it.
Tua. Let's go on Tua. That's his name.
Tagovailoa. Tua Tagovailoa. There's a G in there.
Like, what about there's a Gianmiliacho?
He's not.
Right, but I'm saying you don't know how his name is supposed to be pronounced. I promise you.
So you don't think there's a G in there? Even though I'm looking right at it?
I don't think you pronounce the G. But I don't know how to pronounce his name correctly now that you said it.
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Right, no.
I'm
Tua.
openly
I know who
admitting
you
that.
meant. I knew who you meant.
But my point is that he's got a gun to his head this year because he has.
We need a long spear. We need a spear. There's so much stank finger in that.
I know it's
in that.
terrible. Yeah.
Are you gonna shake it? Shake it that way. You're gonna spray it.
I'm going to knock those off. They float. They float. Anyway, so because of the addition of the Cheetah, who to me is number 4, this kid's got a loaded gun to his head. He has to get them in the playoffs this year, at least. The division's not easy. The Buffalo's the best team probably in the conference. The Patriots, if they turn that kid loose, who knows? Because their offense has a lot of weapons.
All right, number 5.
Number 5, this is where it gets tricky. I am torn on this one. I'm torn.
I think a tight end could make it in.
Well, this is the thing. I was going to say there's also Travis Kelce, who now that the Cheetah is gone, they didn't replace the Cheetah. Well, Travis Kelce immediately needs to, and he's going the wrong way too. He's over 30. So he's a possibility.
There's another possibility.
Travis Kelce's a possibility.
Okay, Travis Kelce. What about Jamar Chase?
That's the other one.
He's a
I
great
had him in
receiver
fantasy.
this year.
I had him in fantasy last year, and he was part of the reason I was in the finals. I would
He's
say
really big.
I would say him is he's number 5. over Kelsey.
Yeah, I would take that.
That's my top 5. So I start out with 2 very good backs, and then 3 unbelievable receivers.
Yeah, I don't really have much. Although, no, I would say Jonathan Taylor first,
You flip him and Henry.
then Derrick Henry.
That's
Even though I like
debatable.
Henry more, I like watching
Henry would have broken the NFL rushing.
Yeah, he's
record.
awesome.
No one looked at Jonathan Taylor like he was going to do
No,
it.
I'm just worried. I'm just worried about Henry because of what happened to him last year. But
They got to get
Jonathan Taylor, then Henry, then
I had Devontae Adams from Vegas.
Devontae
receiver.
Adams.
The Cheetah is 4, and then 5 is Jamar Chase.
All right, so I'll go Cheetah, then Devontae.
Cheetah ahead of Devontae. You think the Cheetah's a better receiver than Devontae Adams?
I think he's a little more valuable.
The numbers don't agree with you.
Yeah, I know. I could be wrong.
And they both have elite quarterbacks. So
I could be wrong.
All right, that's either one.
I
They're
think
both in
I
there.
like the Cheetah a little more.
He's flashier.
Yeah.
But Devontae Adams is a guy.
And then
that-
you went Chase 5.
Jamar Chase broke. Jamar Chase in his freshman year.
Yeah.
First of all, he won Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Hey, I know. I brought him up.
They
'cause
went
he
to
was
the
a
Super
beast.
Bowl. You asked Joe Burrow the difference between last year and this year with him. Ask Joe
I'm trying
Burrow.
to think, like, who is
Buffalo's receiver Diggs is really good.
Stephon
The running back
Diggs,
for New
yeah.
England, the running back for New England, Damian Harris,
Stephon
is
Diggs.
really good. Kelsey, obviously.
I'm trying to think of who Justin Herbert throws to.
Well, he's got the running back there, Eckler. He might be in the top 5
Austin
or 6.
Eckler,
Austin
yeah.
Eckler. He's a 3-down back
Stephon Diggs is nasty too, man.
for
This
Buffalo.
is-
Yeah, those guys to me are top 10. If we're
I don't
going
think-
top
see,
10.
I don't think 5 is a slam dunk.
I'll tell you why it is a slam dunk. Because Austin Eckler has the Chargers' offense. They have as many weapons as anybody else. You brought from the Rams.
Oh,
the
okay, hold on.
Who?
I got a 5 that might be in there.
Who?
Najee Harris.
That's debatable. Yeah, I definitely
I
say
think
top
that
10.
yeah, he's got a better shot at overtaking Jamar Chase. I think.
Okay, no, that's fair.
they
To me,
might
it'd be
stink this year.
Eckler. To me, 6 and 7 would be Eckler from San Diego, and then maybe him.
Maybe.
Maybe
So
him.
you like Eckler
because
more
Eckler's a
than
3-down back. He's going to catch
Najee
the ball.
Harris isn't.
He is too, but Eckler had a better year statistically than he did last year. I think Eckler has. The thing is, the reason it's debated is because I think Eckler has more help around him than Najee Harris has around him. I mean, they just lost. Juju Smith is gone. By the way, the number 1 receiver that is still back, but they think Mark's telling me that they're not going to sign him.
Ooh.
Mike Dijon, what's his last name?
Deontay Johnson.
Deontay Johnson, who is a legit number 1.
Did they let James Washington go?
I don't know what happened with him. I know that Juju's now in Kansas City. He's gone. Oh, they got Claypool, the kid who's the mouth, but he's talented. He's the Ohio State kid who's a malcontent, but he's very talented. They got him, too. And the tight end's pretty good. I forget the tight end's name.
Cure something.
Something like, yeah, he's good. So the Steelers' whole thing is who's the quarterback. So
I feel like we could be missing some people.
we might be, but I just gave you a long list. I think Eckler in there, definitely 6, 7, possibly. Diggs, 8 for Buffalo is in there. Top. If you're going top 10, those guys are right there. And then this is the other thing. What's the team I'm missing? I'm missing somebody. Who the hell is it? No, I covered Damian Harris for the Patriots, the running back for the Patriots. He's the other one that is he wants to be a 3-down back. He's talked about working. Apparently, he worked on his pass catching all offseason, so we'll see what that does. But he was
53 minutes deep.
Yeah, we're going to take a break. Last segment, we're going to do a tribute to Bill Russell and a message to LeBron James from a Boston sports fan. And it's not going to be what he thinks. I can't wait.
And we're
to see it.
talking about, and we're gonna dive into celebrity deaths.
Celebrity deaths as well. So you guys take a quick break. We're back, segment 3. Good to be back with my man. Miss my brother from an adjacent mother. I was going to be back with
Miss you too.
T Sizzle, man. This is fun. This is the feel good. This is good.
This is
So we'll be back. We'll be back shortly. Get one more beverage. Come back for that. You're not going to want to miss this last segment, especially about Bill